on this trail. I am in the General and Laura is in the Expedition.
Actually, me and Daddy are in the General.
Yeah, that's what I said. How do you think Mommy's gonna do? You think she'll be okay?
Yeah.
I think she'll be fine.
Yeah, I think she'll be fine.
As long as little Willow Bear will cooperate.
Yeah. As long as little Billy don't cry.
Right.
This isn't where we racing.
It is, but I'm gonna let Mommy stand up here and video, and I'm gonna climb this hill over here and let them watch and see.
Can I climb it with you?
Yes.
How hard is this? How hard can it be? Right?
Well, we'll let Mommy park down here and we'll go on down. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna let you video and I'm gonna climb that hill with both of them and let you video it so they can see the difference in them.
You mean me and you?
Yeah. Now the only thing about this General is it doesn't have ride command. So you've got to look out with your head to see behind you, which isn't that big a deal. You can actually see behind you pretty decently easy. So I've got a new hill over here for all the side-by-sides. And it's not anything crazy, but you got to have enough pep to get up it. I used to run my Maverick up it quite a bit. And from me looking at this, I don't think that this has different modes in it. I think that you've just got four-wheel drive, two-wheel drive, and single wheel. And I've got it in four-wheel drive, but as far as modes, I don't see anywhere you can put it in a different mode. So, we'll see.
So me and you are going to climb the hill?
Yeah.
How hard can it be?
Well, we'll see. Right over here. Mommy will video us.
It's going to be probably a little hard, right?
Maybe so. You videoing? All right, good. That drive up that hill, for some reason, I don't know if it's the body size of this or what, but that felt peppier. But we're gonna see when we put it on this hill again and see how they both perform. As far as the clutching and stuff, I like the clutching on this a whole lot better. It seems like it grabs at way lower RPM, but that felt peppy, so we're gonna see.
Don't knock me down, baby. He didn't buckle his seatbelt.
Steep.
I know. It is steep. Alright, try to get a good angle.
What day Rex?
He's not going red. Alright, here we go.
gonna go on up this trail here. There's the hill we just went up. Both of them went up the hill just fine. The Expedition and this General both have different clutching, but the General felt like it went up the hill a hairline easier. And like I said, I'm not 100% sure if it's where the sway bar is disconnected or what, but it truly felt like it was doing better. And we're going to see on the flex of it right here in comparison. I'll have to drive up this, but just to show you guys. You can do it. I'll just tell you how. No, you're going to turn left and go up this route and go up over this. So just when you get up here, just put your left tire right here about this route and turn and go straight up it. No, you'll be just fine. I'll watch you. As long as you got in low forward drive, it'll creep right up it. There you go. You're good. Go right. She got scared and let out 2 or 3 times. But anyway, it'll kind of give you an idea of how it was flexing. You could see how it's twisting and turning and stuff in there. Now we'll take the Expedition up it and you guys can watch that. Get to finish up yesterday, so now we're back in here going back down to finish again. I got Willow in this little jump seat. She's pretty enthused with it. What do you think? Got Mama back here in the Expedition, and we are heading down here to finish this video up. So my thoughts are so far that the Expedition and the General, they're very similar. Obviously the Expedition is a much nicer platform, but it ought to be for the money difference. But this General feels super peppy, and pretty impressed with it so far. So I'm gonna drive over this and just feel the control of each one. Just see how each of them so far, my tail end's starting to slide around a little bit on this one. And this one's a lot lighter weight than what the Expedition is. So we'll see how that one does. But, okay, I gotta move on right there so I don't bounce into that tree. But I mean, the General felt pretty good going over that. It didn't struggle at all. Now, once I started to go down, obviously once my weight on the strict, like the steepness of it, once it started to catch up with me, then I had to go on so that my tail end wouldn't slide over from the gravity. But overall, it did pretty good getting itself going down that hill. And I'll show you the hill right here, because I'm going to bring the Expedition down too and just give you my thoughts on it. So I mean, the hill's probably 35 or 40 foot up, just the length of it. And I mean, I can pretty much, you couldn't creep up this hill, no way, no how, but momentum packs you up it, and that's kind of why I'm doing it. And also, this is our property, so we're not trying to rut it all out and erode the hillside, but I still want a good testing hill to test how these perform going over, and the brake filling and stuff, to see how well they feel. All right, so we're in the Expedition. Let's see how it feels in it. I could tell in the General, once I started to go down, that I could feel my tail end starting to slide around, so I had to move. Once I got halfway down, let's see how this one feels. This weighs probably 600 more pounds There's my tail end sliding around right there. So pretty much the same spot. And so, you know, they both perform about the same downhill, which, you know, is impressive for the Xpedition to weigh 600 more pounds. Well, actually, you know, 6 to 7, depending on how you had that optioned out. But very impressive. All right, and we're off again. For this General to not have any fuel modes, I mean, it is pretty well mapped. I can't really complain about the mapping in it. It's, you know, it's relatively good all around. I've noticed that the General and about all Polarises, if you don't really watch when you're putting it in gear, that it will jump out of gear. Like, you've got to sometimes go past that gear and go back up to it, and it really makes a difference in your shifting. And I've had, I don't know, 4 or 5 Polarises, and it seems like every one of them have that issue to where you're good. Come on, turn your wheel left. Turn your wheel left. There you go. Woo woo! But it's just like they have a weird linkage on them. I can't say that I've experienced that near as much in Can-Am. And like I said, I don't know why that is. So up here is where I had all the trouble going down this with the Xpedition. And we're going to see how this does with the sway bar disconnected. And I'll have to drive them both, but I'll let her video. And this isn't even a crazy hill. It's just the way that you have to kind of turn once you go down it. Like I said, maybe with the sway bar disconnected like it is on this one, it will perform way better than the Xpedition. And so we'll see how it does. Sway bar disconnected helps some. It's crazy how much better. This has got probably 600 to 700 pounds weight on it. But as far as like how they feel, the General feels a hairline nimbler. But if you're a good driver, it's not really going to affect you. But you know, like I said, you got to understand cab weight and things like that when you get to doing stuff like this. And like I said, this is nothing crazy. But at the same time, if you look in that video how one articulated compared to the other, I think you'll see that this one tends to pull itself up and get crooked a little bit more than the other. I've cleared out a bunch of new trails on our property, and I'm not all the way finished, but it's gonna make for great videos in the future. This is going around the back of our property. Tight through there. Pretty narrow right there. This is about where we got to. I got this tree cleaned out over here, but I think that I can go down this, and I'm gonna let my wife get up here and I'll take both of these down just so you guys can see. I have not been down this part and have not finished the trail, but what I wanted to do was take both of these down this and go through there and then come up on the other side, cross that log, and then keep going. So we're gonna see how this works out. Good? Turn at the bottom, unless you just wanted to like gun it up through there, which I guess I could go up through that. To make that turn as long as them things are, is we'll see how this one does with the sway bar connection. I bellied out a little bit right here. Did it look like it bellied out to you? That's what I felt like too. Which they're on the same size tires, so I'm sure this one will belly out also. They felt about the same. I could feel that one teeter a hairline more. Like I said, I've never had the sway bar off this, so it's interesting to me to drive one without the sway bar, especially when the platforms are so similar, especially like width-wise, length-wise. Very interesting. All right.
Wait. One thing about getting in them little crevices like that when you're 12 foot long, your front end wants to go somewhere and your butt's just kind of getting drugged along the way. Like I said, I'm sure on video it just looks like we're... No, you could tell on that one.
Could you?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, it seems like every time I watch these videos... Tree a little bit further, I was able to get my nose over closer this way. I should have done that with xpedition. My wife's driving the xpedition. Like I said, on a lot of these spots, she's just learning how to drive and stuff, and so I'm gonna go help her, and you guys can see. Oh, I'll walk you through it. You just follow my guidance down. Bring your front tire over about right here as you start to go down. Well, you could if this tree wasn't in the V, because what'll happen going up, your tires slide around with your face, whereas on this, your tires will go one way and your tail end will go that way. So you'd come into this tree over here. So come forward, turn your... Yeah, listen, when I say driver, you turn your wheel towards the driver's seat. When I say passenger, you turn your wheel towards the passenger seat. So driver, all right, come forward. Come forward. Passenger, now just go straight over. Yeah, you can use your foot on the brake. If you're not comfortable with the gas, just keep your foot on the brake. And you're gonna come straight until you feel your front tire drop off. You're good. You're good. Passenger. There you go. You're good. You're good. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. You're doing good. There you go. Keep coming. Passenger. Now, when you feel well, I just didn't know if you'd know that. All right, so now that you feel the rear end kick up, start to turn your tires towards me, so driver. And come on out. There you go. Not too sharp. There you go. No, you're good. You'll feel it get cattywampus if you're too sharp, which nobody, like I said. You're 2 foot from that tree. You're good. Just keep coming. Just keep coming. All right, let me see how close we got. All right, now just turn your wheel sharp as you can this way. There you go. Just keep coming. You're good. All right, now put it in reverse and back up the other way, and you'll be good to come out. And like I said, I'll come down and I will start backing up first because you're touching that log over. Now turn your wheel. Turn your wheel as sharp as you can as you back up. As you go backwards, turn your wheel as sharp as you can. So you're going to turn it to the passenger side as sharp as you can once you start backing up. The passenger's that way. So you're going to turn your wheel to the right as sharp. Back on up. All right, now turn your wheel towards me. You got as soon as it hits the stop, you got to jam the brakes and then turn it. You'll learn. It's a learning process, and it's one of them things you kind of get better with it the more you piddle with it. Give it some gas. Give it some gas and go. There you go. All right, I'll come down right now. Just hold on. Like I said, a lot of it's brand new to her, and when it starts to tip or the rear tire comes up one side, makes her nervous, and I fully understand. And you know, like I said, this is not something that she's accustomed to. This is new since we've been together. My momentum kept me going, and my tail end just slid around with my thing, but I was afraid to let her do that because I knew once she started feeling it slide, she'd hit the brakes and slide even sharper. Xpedition looks so good down here. I really like that machine, especially for slow driving stuff. Like I said, I've seen a lot of people, you know, complaining about being top heavy and stuff. If you're a good driver, you're going to be just fine. Yeah, it is going to be way worse than, you know, a Razor feel or something, but we've been, you know, all over our property and a couple other places. She doesn't know, but I'm gonna have to set my right tire up on here to make that turn. These are so long you can't make the turn.
The reason I've got to do that, like I was saying, is because when you get these big old buses down in places like this, you can't just make a left turn, you know, out of nowhere. You got to kind of know where you're going. So the length of this old bus is longer than the creek here. So when you're looking at this creek, this bus is longer from side to side. So I've got to get my wheel up here, drop it off, and then go up the little embankment. So about the sway bar on there. You know, I didn't ever know this, and I've never had my sway bar removed on any of my things, but I could tell when I put my tire into it that it let the front right tire go up before it started to pull the body with the other tire, and it just felt a whole lot smoother. I don't think that's a testament to that the General's any better than Xpedition or vice versa. I think it's just one that has a sway bar on, one has it off. Funny watching where she picks to put her tires in comparison to where I would put mine. She's getting so much better on choosing. Like I said, we don't keep the same machine very long, so it's hard for her to get oriented to it. But she just missed her turn. I guess she's just gonna go over that log. Oh goodness, all right, I guess I'll go that way too. We were supposed to go up the little embankment, and I guess she's like, nah, I'm good. Going to take the Xpedition down there and turn around, probably. You can take that on down and just turn around. You can just go down to that little part, turn around, come back up the hill, and I'll meet you at the top. We're going to go back up this hill. It just keeps me from having to do a turnaround. Keep wanting to use my ride command rear view camera, and it ain't there. Go up here and do a circle test and see which one of these can make the smallest turn. I've been impressed with the Xpedition's turning radius, but that's been in comparison to a Defender or a Ranger, and you know, these are totally different. And start videoing right there.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to see which one of these. I bet you have to move the Xpedition back, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Put the cup right back down where I'm
You're good. You're right by the cup.
Felt like it was a lot sharper.
That bad.
No, that one, the Expedition. So you can see here, there's the Expedition marks where it's turning, and over here is the General. So it's probably, I mean, it really starts to turn in. You can see the path here. This is where, over here is where the General's tire was coming out, and over here, like 6 foot over, is where the Expedition tire was. And so it's actually got a good bit of difference in between the two on turning radius. And I can tell you that the Expedition steers a whole lot easier. That's impressive. I didn't realize that it could turn that much. I mean, it always felt like it when I was down in the woods, but I never drove on them. But they've definitely improved the turning radius on this, or at least that's what it seemed like in that.